Welcome to PixelCulture, the best podcast you've ever heard. You just don't know it yet. I am Mystic, and joining me today,
Staying Styling,
Tico Freak Show,
Hasu,
Chaos,
and we have got some shit to talk about.
if you
Today. This is why I don't want to be live. I have a fat tongue.
No, that's actually why you should be live, so people can just make fun of you. Because what's the problem with that?
I chew on my tongue while I'm talking, dude.
Dude, I don't even talk very loud at all. And I want to go live. Like, you think that's going to be good for me? Exactly.
Yeah. It's pointed too.
That's all that really matters.
Yeah, so he like hits the point. You know what I'm saying? He's not even listening. All right. I had some stories, some weird stories that Stylin and I experienced the other night. Pokemon Go launched just over a week ago and has already became a massive phenomenon. And
Billions.
That was poorly timed. See, this is why.
Seriously,
our discussion.
You saw me mute it. You watched me mute it. That came out of fucking nowhere.
Pokemon Go has taken over the fucking world.
Yes, it has completely infected every one of our peers here in good old Idaho Falls, and
in like the biggest fashion too.
Like you'd never see 100 people all chit-chatting and spending time, like all sorts of different crowds, freaking rednecks to gothic kids, and
at 2 in the morning,
2 o'clock in the morning, everyone laughing and having a good time down at the river, and like no special event. It was just a regular old Friday night.
There was like 6 lures going, and there was like 100 people down at the river.
Be careful about that.
All playing the game.
I did read an article where obviously you can set up your own like pinpoint spots, and obviously that's dangerous. We don't need to really.
It can be. I mean, it was all older people, and having so many in one spot, like unless somebody brings a machine gun and takes us all out at once.
No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about like what if it's like a much rural area and you're like a teenage girl or something. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this thing can really be dangerous, truly. It can be.
That's true. I mean,
I would not like to think of anybody getting raped while looking for Pokemon.
No, I'm just saying, you can set up a lure spot. So the guy that's sick in the head can get the game, set up a lure spot, and just have at it.
Okay.
It hasn't happened yet, but there is always that possibility. But I'll hope that other people
the lure spot's
look
not
out
pinpointed
for
to the spot. It puts you in an area.
It's pretty much pinpointed. You set it at a Pokestop, and it lights up.
I do have to say that Pokemon Go has proved the world is not full of sick heads. It is officially outranked porn on the internet. That is a good thing for the human race right there.
That's true. That is actually that's a step in the right direction, isn't it?
Exactly.
That kind of makes our morality go like.
It also proves that Nintendo's properties are way more popular than Nintendo themselves.
Nintendo actually had very little to do with this game.
I know, but they still had some to do, and they were
the
biggest reason why Pokemon even exists in the first place.
No, that's true. They pretty much.
But they don't own that much stake. Yes, I know. I read the articles, but
it launched just over a week ago, and has already become a massive phenomenon, making over $14 million on day one, and bumping Nintendo's stock shares by 70% in a week.
Damn.
10% the first day, 70% over the first week. The highest they've seen in months, so I'm sure they're feeling pretty fucking happy right now.
until then, it's hard to go.
People are leaving their homes to walk around and catch Pokemon, meeting others doing the same in the process. I am almost 30 years old, and I am going out at like midnight, which my poor wife. It's a good thing that like we have good trust, because otherwise that might seem.
That's what I'm saying.
A little weird.
This game can definitely cause some chaos. It already has.
Well,
I spent 6 hours in one day just walking around Cape Curley Park.
A buddy of mine, he had a guy driving around his neighborhood and then stopped right in front of his house and just walked up to his front door and started collecting Pokemon.
See, those are just stupid people.
Doesn't matter. That's the majority.
Like, I have been blocks away when a Pokemon pops up, and I can just tap on it,
and it brings you right
and
to
it brings it up. Like, those are just people that don't understand
The game mechanics.
how that shit works. Like, I'm sorry to say, but like,
Well,
I know people
obviously,
hopping in
like,
people's backyards.
There's like, you know, people that are probably never playing games in the first place.
That's
They're playing their first game right now. with
That's
this
kind of
game.
Nintendo's niche, is they go for a crowd that like don't really.
They go for like the freaking young crowd that really have no experience with like how like the dynamic of video games kind of work. You know, like what you actually really
doesn't.
have to do.
It doesn't even really explain.
And that's fine too. I don't mind that today. I respect that a bit more than it just being like some handhelding thing. Even though I like, obviously it's a microtransaction type game too.
Yep.
Like there is a
Yep.
it's definitely a pay to win, but not necessarily pay to truly excel. And because you don't fight each other yet. I think they were going to try to implement battles.
That's
later.
in the future, and that'll be cool. You kind of fight each other like when you try to take over a gym, but it's an AI controlled version of that person's like Pokemon. So
Let's put it this way: as soon as that game came out, I haven't talked to Kyle since. So love you, buddy, but damn.
Hey, I've been playing it too, but it's fun because I have kids. So like my son likes to walk around and find Pokemon. He like my wife's augmented reality works, and he was like looking at her phone, and he like looked out in the street. He was like, "What? Is it really there?" It was awesome, dude. But no, like Stylen and I have a story. We were driving down to the river, and we got pulled over by a cop. Apparently, we ran a stop sign. I'm pretty sure I didn't run a fucking stop sign, but I also had a brake light out.
That's what.
So. Yeah, and I didn't know I had a brake light out. I thought everything was working just fine. But they gave us a warning. But even the cops were like, out playing Pokemon? And we were like, yeah.
Well, you know, they were patrolling downtown, and just out of nowhere, the entire riverside is flooded with this, with everyone from the age 10 to freaking 60, probably.
I don't think they were that young.
Yeah, not the real old ones, but I did meet an 87-year-old man and his wife at the park playing Pokemon Go. They did share a phone, and they actually went out and bought another phone because they liked it. And it's like the one like cute thing that they do. They live right across the street from the park, so they just get out and they get
that's
their
good.
exercise.
You get some walking. Yeah.
He was telling me his grandson, when Pokemon Red first came out, his grandson begged him to buy it for him. So he ended up buying it for him, and as the kid played it and he paid attention to his grandpa, you know, he remembered it, and when this came out, it was something that he could do. He's like, brought it back for him, and I was like, it's cool, shook hands and all that.
Well, yeah, the free-to-play model is genius. I guarantee.
Oh yeah,
that's the biggest reason why this has been
The whole
phenomenon of it.
The whole structure of this thing is genius. A GPS game, which, in a sense, can be dangerous at the same time.
Yes.
But a GPS game where you can walk around and catch digital
you're
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like everyone was like, "Oh, where's this Pokemon MMO and shit?" And like this is like
that's kind of like
MMO.
This is
life,
actually like it's
real
MMO
life.
life, but it's a
reality MMO.
MMORL.
It's not reinventing, but it's you know, it's adding on to like the idea of an MMO.
This actually was a different game that was going to be something completely different, and then when the Pokemon company saw it, they turned it into a Pokemon game, which is fucking brilliant. Obviously, because it's working.
I call it now. You're going to see other franchises doing something similar.
Oh yeah,
I guarantee.
If they don't, they're retarded.
I guarantee you, Nintendo's going to pump out all their new franchises of the same nature. Like
they're,
Super Mario Land,
they're
Go.
fucking frantically going right now.
I'll probably play something of
yeah,
that
dude,
nature,
like Go is officially trademarked.
Well, like
now.
It is.
Like the first
I
one
would
that
say
not sure.
The
or
first one
just
that
the-
comes to my mind would be a Call of Duty. To be able to go out and have like online
They've
battles
tried
with
that.
other
Like
people.
That would be
Brian
cool,
Brian's
yeah.
dabbling with like a zombies thing where you can buy a thing for my phone.
Hardcore
VR
gamers
headset
are
that
replaced
plugs
Call
into
of
my
Duty.
phone.
And I don't see that.
And like it uses my camera and projects fucking
Maybe not Call of
like
Duty, but something
an
like
overlay of everything around me, and it turns it into like a
Battlefield?
dark it's a zombie survival.
Oh, sweet.
So and there's like I use the buttons on the thing. You look around like this and you aim and shoot.
Weird. That's pretty nifty. But yeah, I have to agree that like I think this Pokemon Go is just the beginning of something
A new era.
for mobile.
Oh
gaming,
yeah,
period.
oh yeah, dude. Especially because like we went down to the river,
Depends on who
and
you
like
talk to.
I have never like I see people walking the river like all the time, but I have never seen like literally like 100 people like crowded, like stretched out,
Dude, there was no
like
anger.
in
There was
bunches,
no.
dude. Everyone was
yeah.
fine, like.
And again, like that's why I think it's another proper step towards the grace of humanity is like people are going out and socializing with each other on a completely social nature. Like nobody's
Dude, on a different level, man.
Right.
Like a
A
complete
neutral playing
stranger.
field.
Like,
Dude, I want to start seeing some people like down at the river, like jamming out with their guitars, like laying down blankets, dude, and just fucking playing music while everyone's just
that'd be
doing
legit.
it.
Honestly,
No.
we just need to go down there and start filming because I'm sure that's going to
that'd
be
be cool.
hilarious to watch.
No, like,
It's
okay.
almost burnt, so be
A
careful.
wild Charmeleon popped out, which it had to have been some kind of event or something. 'Cause it was
Really?
like-
A what?
well, dude, that's like shit that you're not supposed to be able to get.
Just messing.
But like a complete stranger walked up to me,
Blueberry
and
crystals.
mine ran away, but he caught his and he named it Brad.
That's cool. That's because that'll forever be.
And like I high-fived a complete
like,
stranger, and he's like, "What's your name?" I'm like, "Brad," and he was like, "Its fucking name is Brad forever," and I'm like,
It's like, right on, bro.
So there's a
Dude,
random
love you.
Charmeleon out
That's awesome.
in the world named Brad, which is
Nice.
a weird name for a Charmeleon, but like.
I want to say I know what that one looks like, but I'm not entirely
Evolve
sure.
forward.
It's an evolved form of one of the starter Pokemons. So like, and to get an evolved form of it is a grind, like a motherfucker.
Okay.
So like, for one to just pop out of the wild, like I didn't think that was gonna happen. Like the next step up would have been
The
a fucking.
wild.
Well, dude, I'm an old school
Go,
Pokemon
you guys, you know,
nerd,
should
so
go to
this
the.
is
I bet to go actually into the forest might help you with this game. Maybe.
Well, I don't
See,
want to
that's
get.
what I thought.
I don't want to actually get murdered.
Well,
See, and I thought, okay, if I go into the river, because I went up to about knees deep into the river, it didn't do shit. It just got me cold.
And I'd have to say one thing that has saved people from getting hurt or people fighting over this game is it's not a first come first serve basis on the Pokemon.
That's
It
true.
is definitely
They pop up
partitioned
for
per your
everybody.
profile.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I-
I guarantee
It's
there'd
there
be a-
for everybody. Everybody can access.
exactly.
If the battle system comes, though, I don't know how much like
I bet
Fun
you,
that's
honestly, I
gonna
bet you
How-
you might have to pay like a set price to do the battle system though. So that would honestly.
pacifist it's gonna be though. Like,
But I would say that separates itself from like the kids to the adults. Like, I guarantee
I would
the
hope
adults
so.
are the only people that are going to pay for it. Like,
well, dude, if there's like a 40-year-old kicking a 10-year-old's ass, he's just like, ah, like that's awful. You know?
Well,
or if it actually
I
encourages
guess
real
so,
violence,
like,
that's also awful.
they're still willing to go out and try to play the game that way. Like that's just now it's just
Yeah.
in your face. Like I talk shit all the time.
That's true. Well, we all
But
talk.
now it'd be like
we all talk shit.
in the face of
So,
everybody. Be like,
yeah.
what the fuck? What the fuck? What you know? Like,
You know, another aspect of Pokemon Go that is actually it's helping our economy. It's taking people into
That was a
businesses.
boost for-
you know what
yeah,
I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Like we have people that come into my work all the time and just do their Pokemon thing, but they're getting stuff. Too,
yeah,
you
that's
know?
a possibility for like opening it up more, like endorsements for the company that made the game, and you can like have fucking. I don't know, like say McDonald's or something, have like a special Pokemon there. for
Exactly,
people to go
exactly.
There, dude. Like it can go any direction, and it doesn't have to be fast food places.
It
It
could be
will be.
It'd
anything.
be the mall.
It probably
it
will,
will
or
be.
is.
No, I'm
fast
Yeah.
food places have the most money
Okay.
to throw at you.
Well, even
I was sitting
Link-
at Stockman's the other day, and I was just thinking if I could talk the boss into putting two, or like, because it said something about you can, you know, petition and ask for
Yep.
a specific
Yep.
location. You just need to get your coordinates and all that, and you know, send it to them. So you get two, like, you know, put up two different ones in the restaurant, like
Within
right there,
certain business
so that
hours.
anywhere you are in the restaurant, you can hit both of them, which is easy.
Mhm.
And put up a sign that says, you know,
Access these Pokemon here.
every half hour, you know, we put up a Pokelure.
I would say be
every
careful
half
with
hour.
that though. Like I would say be careful with that. Don't. I would say there might be some legal issues with that type of stuff too.
Well, I think there is
When
like
it
a way
comes to
that
Nintendo, I would say look into that.
Well, you're petitioning Nintendo to
Yeah,
make it a Pokestop,
yeah.
so you have to get their permission.
So I'm
Yeah,
saying,
you
like,
know, and then just
but like
say, if the
permission
boss
to like,
put a
it's,
sign
I
out
totally
that said
get the
that,
idea, and that's totally awesome. But like, I don't know how making money off of it comes in because I would still say you'd have to claim it on taxes. So.
Claim for Pokestop use.
Any-
I don't-
any
actually,
type
I
of
don't even
income is
know
taxable
how-
in this country.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it would just boost foot traffic. I don't think it has
Yeah,
any
that's all
money.
it's gonna do.
That's what I'm saying.
And
go
it-
How would you decipher that? Like,
I don't know. Like you don't when you go to a Pokestop, you don't pay money or anything.
no, I'm not
like
talking about
so-
that. I'm talking about the business making money off the people it brings with the Pokestop.
right. So the
That might be a legal issue.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, if they clear
If
it,
they're trying
like,
to fucking get you for like tax evasion like that, dude.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like
fuck the
I would say just
I'll
research the hell out of that type of stuff. It's kind of like maybe the same type of coin would be like me throwing a game tournament. I would need to know what I would need to do, right? If I threw a game tournament, right, I would need to know probably certain licensing.
That's true.
Like that. So when you create something to make money out of it, I would say you would have to have different privileges.
Well, most of the time, if it's under a certain amount, like it's more seen as a hobby.
Right. Well, I'm saying that's because it's
income.
like the only reason I bring it up is because of the business. Because it's more than a hobby. That's something they would regulate. I don't think businesses will actually see it.
That's true. I mean, that's a bigger chunk of than.
Like if it was like us where we would do our podcast and you would say, if you're in Idaho Falls, come to this location, we will give you a CD. That's a
if
hobby.
we were making revenue off of this, we'd have to claim it on our taxes.
Yes, over a certain amount, like you just said.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, there's a like gray area though.
I would just say make sure that's researched pretty
Because
thoroughly.
if they clear Stockman's as a Pokestop and then sue you,
It doesn't.
That seems like
it seems like a real fucked up thing.
This is all very new.
Yeah,
You
well, we
said
don't
it's
have
a
any
week
precedents
old.
yet. Like, it
it's
hasn't
a
happened
week
yet.
old. I'm just saying, don't be the first lawsuit in this.
Well, that's true. Yeah. But I was gonna say, like,
But it's okay to be the second.
as far as like the endorsing and shit goes, like Blink 182 is making all of their tour stops Pokestops.
That's cool. And see, I wonder if
That's
they
an
actually.
awesome idea.
I wonder if they have like any type of special clearance for something like that.
I'm sure they had to.
But like obviously, what sets precedence though is that people are going to that not because of the Pokestop, but because of Blink 182.
That's
but
true.
People
I mean,
are going to
it's
Stockman's because of the Pokestop and not necessarily because it's a restaurant they want to go.
Yeah.
eat.
Again, that's such a gray area, dude. Because
Well, yeah, they might be able
it's
to
an
get- they
event
all might be able
structure.
to slide by because like we're not pressing them to eat.
Yeah,
we
I'm,
just
yeah,
said.
I'm just.
you know,
I
it's
agree.
just
I agree. There's a lot of like. Brad
Gray
said, gray
areas, yeah.
area to it. So
Yeah.
just make
You know,
sure
it's
it's
thorough.
I mean, they're even talking about how sharing your Netflix password is a federal offense.
It's
Yeah,
almost
and-
like
and
it's
trust me,
almost
people
like
have been doing
which-
that for years.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like saying free Wi-Fi.
Right.
I mean, they're not actually going
No,
to
free
enforce
Wi-Fi, free
that
Pokestops.
because even the Netflix president is like, it's fine if you share your fucking.
Right.
So if they're not going to press charges, I don't think the FBI is going to come knocking on our door anytime soon.
Right,
or
but
anything
still, like
that.
it's you know, before they even set that 4-screen precedent limit, you could have as many as you wanted.
I know. Well, they were losing money that way.
I know, and they knew that too because they've seen all the devices connected. It's like,
Yeah.
why does this person have 25 devices connected? Well, it's because you're stupid. Really.
Yeah.
You were
Well,
stupid.
okay. There's definitely room for this game to grow because it is pretty bare right now. Like, I mean, we live in a smaller town because I've seen pictures of like bigger cities that have
Oh yeah,
literally like 30 Pokestops everywhere.
If you're thinking like anything on the scale of this town, think of huge.
If you go to the
cities.
river, that's how it's like. But like around my house, there's like 2, and they're pretty fucking spread out. So-
I got one, and it's the freaking freeway.
and you got to walk to them. So.
Yeah, and somebody already got hit by a car and like
Found a dead body.
found a dead body.
Yeah, at least they're
Almost,
finding
I
this
think
shit
somebody
now.
almost
My-
fell off a building.
Yeah, my dad was telling me that
Well, dude,
somebody
I have
fucking
nothing
fell off
bad
a
to say about
balcony,
the game
dude.
because it tells you right in the very beginning when you open that son of a bitch. Be careful and watch where you're going. So,
Yeah.
Be
Oh,
aware.
no, that's the
Be
disclaimer.
aware.
They're
Not going to get sued. They can't get sued because they have
Sure.
that disclaimer. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like,
They're not liable.
you know, this is natural selection kind of working here.
They're probably. It's true.
Like-
in its purest form. The ones that
no,
and you'd think,
apparently,
okay, that
apparently
girl,
a lady drowned. She was walking and she fell in the water, and
was
something
it that
happened.
the elderly lady?
I have no idea. I just heard
And, like,
that
don't get me wrong,
somebody
there's
fell
the-
in some water and drowned.
I'm sure the percentages are low for like people drowning, people getting hurt, people finding weird
Oh, yeah.
shit, you know. But because like obviously the more percentages would be like people enjoying like going out, getting
Yeah,
exercise,
and-
and all the interviews you hear is like, oh, I haven't been out in years.
Yeah, and of
this
course-
got me out of the house.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. And of course, we're not like endorsing anyone like getting hurt here.
No.
But
No.
you're right. Like
Just
they
be
have
aware
that,
of your surroundings.
They have that disclaimer, and if you're paying more attention, like just like we got pulled over, that's probably the most minimal thing that could happen while we were like on our like doing something on with this game, as opposed to other shit that's happened. But like other weird shit is happening around this game too. Like that girl that got hit by the car. Like if you watch the interview, it's really weird because the mom's like, "Oh yeah, I blame the game. I don't blame the game. That game pulled her across the street. She wasn't playing the game when she was crossing the street." Like she contradicts herself like 40 times.
I do blame it.
The game dragged her across that highway. She was not playing the game when she was crossing the highway. She was crossing the highway. She was not playing the game. I'm not blaming the game itself. I'm blaming the game itself because it's dragging kids across highways. Kids don't just cross a highway. You know, they're not going to walk across a highway for no reason.
Weird.
So like, what the fuck's going on? And then there's a pastor down in Florida that is saying, like, the weirdest shit, like, that this game makes virtual demons.
Oh, yeah, people calling everybody zombies and
in
stuff
the world,
like
yeah. And he's like, this guy came up to the church, and he would have come inside. Like, I'm sure this game would have made him come inside. And I'm like, is that a bad thing? Aren't churches supposed to welcome people inside and be like, hey,
you didn't know? Most churches don't.
But like, he's getting the wrong idea, and he's thinking that like Islamic terrorists are gonna get a hold of
no
this.
Help for this man. He is gone.
He is gone. He is gone. And I'll put some of the fucking shit that he was saying in this like episode. But
insert clip here.
These Pokemon creatures are like virtual cyber demons.
Yes, digital demons.
Digital demons. At what point does this game go live and the Pokemon masters are telling people to kill people in those buildings?
So they can capture their Pokemon and be the masters.
What if we find out that Pokemon Go is primarily, the demons are primarily being located inside churches? Well, guess what? They downloaded an app. In our office, we stood here and I watched them do it. They downloaded the Pokemon Go app, and inside the True News building was a virtual cyber demon. The primary place that these Pokemon demons are being placed are churches. You're going to have people coming to your church, walking in the doors looking for a Pokemon devil. We're gonna present to you a really far out idea about Pokemon Go. What if this technology is transferred to Islamic jihadists, and Islamic jihadists have an app that shows them where Christians are located geographically?
Right. It is weird that all the Pokestops are like churches and stuff. I mean, and hospitals, but I mean, it's not like they're not schools.
Safe zones, if you think about it. You know
I guess so. But if in the wrong hands, that could be dangerous.
A lot of adult like people around and stuff like that.
I'm sure they have security.
As long as it's not schools, I would say that it's probably more comfortable. Like obviously, I'm sure that sucks because you can't play it at school. Oh, okay.
Well, I'm sure that's what went into the thought behind this whole thing. But I mean, it's no different than Google Maps. Like you can look up anything on Google Maps.
Have you ever walked around with your Google Map? It's the same thing. You just walk around. You just go to locations.
It's true.
You just walk around, going to location, and just put your screen on. That's all you do.
Yeah, I mean, there's not that big of a difference. I mean, you can find shit with Google Maps probably easier than with
I guess
Pokemon Go.
Is the Go like trademarked as far as like the game mechanic and the idea of traveling to find destinational things that pop up on your screen? Is that going to be trademarked, or is that something people can do? Because I would say that would probably be real easy to make.
Isn't there like a Tomb Raider, like a Tomb Raider Go and a Hitman Go?
I have no idea.
So what you're saying is maybe turning Go itself into a franchise.
Sorry, not necessarily, I guess that, but like, there's going to be other games that are going to utilize that stuff.
Right. It might be recognized as a genre.
Is it something that like indie developers can mess with? You know what I'm saying? Like,
not if it's trademarked now.
Well, I'm not sure if the Go is trademark. I'm talking about the game mechanics that comprise this game. Like the idea of it's a GPS overlay and you go to place to place to place, and just like the timing mechanics and like the walking mechanics, is that all being trademarked for just this one game?
Well,
that's a good point.
It would go on like the same concept of like you were saying, like Super Mario Brothers Go. Walk around and find coins, find Toadstool, find Peach. You know what I'm saying? Fight Bowser and shit.
Or another game that would probably benefit Sims. Sims Go. Like
that's true. Well, there's already a mobile Sims. My wife plays.
That's when people are gonna lose their shit. The first Sims.
Oh yeah, well.
People gained all that fucking weight and shit from playing Sims, and now they're burning it off with Pokemon Go.
All right, let's move on because we dawdled on that for a while.
Well,
We've already been recording.
It's a big thing, so
it's true. Alright, the Nintendo Entertainment System is making a triumphant return, in a sense. Not really in the way you might think. Nintendo unveiled the NES Classic Edition, a plug-and-play mini version that has 30 games pre-installed on it. and it's tiny. It fits in your fucking hands.
Just
Dude.
it's like that big.
Yep.
It's coming out November 11th, 2016,
Plugged
and
into the TV.
yeah, and I believe it will retail for $59.99.
It plugs into an HDMI TV.
Yeah.
Too, so that is awesome.
That is
trust
true.
me, getting a Nintendo to work with a modern TV.
No way.
Some people have a problem with it. Some people don't.
I've got
I'm with
work.
you guys. You know what? It's weird. My TV was
I don't really
working,
notice.
right? Remember, I had my TV working. We were playing Nintendo. I went to go turn it on the next day. Would not work at all.
Yeah.
Just stopped
And
fucking working.
He's
and
like
I would
unplugged it, plugged it back in, took all the wires off, plugged it back in, and it was just something with his TV. It was just like, nope, no more.
go plugged it into the CRT TV I had in the other room. Works just fine.
What the fuck, dude?
So,
the
the fact
TVs
that
get
it's
updates.
designed-
You plug them in.
The
Anything
fact that
hooked up
this is
to a Wi-Fi
designed
or
to go
anything,
into a modern television makes me
Like,
want to
oh,
buy
well,
this. And it has
take
games
that
that are
away
way
from
worth
that,
more
it
than
makes more
the
money.
starting price of this.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
dude. I feel okay, but I feel like that like they missed out though, because like everything that I've listened to, they were like, well, if you could plug this in to like the Nintendo shop online and download games onto it, like that would be huge, dude. I feel like that's a missed opportunity. But that's the only complaint. I'm gonna buy this shit. It comes with Balloon Fight, Bubble Bobble, Castlevania 1 and 2, Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr., Double Dragon 2, Dr. Mario, Excite Bike, Final Fantasy, Galaga, Ghosts and Goblins, Gradius, Ice Climbers, Kid Icarus, Kirby's Adventure,
Kirby's Adventure is so good.
Mario Brothers, Mega Man 2, Metroid, Ninja Gaiden,
Ninja Gaiden.
Pac-Man? For some reason that doesn't sound right. Pac-Man, Punch Out with Mr. Dream.
It's just basically just changes Mike Tyson's character to something else, Mr. Dream, basically.
Yeah.
But it's still
Well, when they
still the
lost-
character that praised Mike Tyson.
Yeah, when they lost like that license for him, like that's when it became Mr. Dream. Star Tropics, Super C, which is Contra, Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3, Tecmo Bowl, Legend of Zelda 1 and 2, which
Yeah, the last of those are just amazing.
all of
Those
the
Tecmo
best.
Bowl, all the
dude.
Zeldas, the Marios, like I want to get it too. I really
I'm
do.
gonna buy it.
Like, however, though, just throwing this out there, it is basically just what a Raspberry Pi is, but more limited. Truly.
It's true, but I mean, it's cool that Nintendo's doing this shit now, though.
I see the reason why I want to buy it is because it's a licensed Nintendo product, so they're the ones that are doing the emulation. So I feel a
And
little
it's
more
gonna
comfortable
have,
about
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, it's gonna
So,
have the quality
yeah.
that you expect from Nintendo, because you can't.
At least
As
from
much
that era
shit
of
as Nintendo, yeah, as much shit as Nintendo gets nowadays, if anything, like they don't release shit.
Has anyone seen any gameplay footage of any of this stuff?
No, because
No,
nobody
not
has
yet.
any. They don't. I don't think they've
think
released
so.
any
Nintendo
like
hasn't released
behind the
I think
scenes
some
stuff.
demo units are gonna go
my
out
input
soon,
there
though.
is them with them doing the HDMI cord. Could we get, some HD refreshing to the games, better
I'm
backgrounds,
sure-
and
I'm
stuff
sure
like
they're
that?
built
sure
from
they'll
the
be
ground up
up-res,
to be compatible.
they're
for
not
the
gonna
HD.
be
Or
like-
is it
sure
going to
it's-
be just straight like port like from the it would be just like putting your cartridge in. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
No, like
I'm sure
Mario
we'll have to look up
64
spec
and
on that and
things
see
like
if that's
that.
something
I don't
we'd
think.
have to take a look at.
I think it just looks like an NES and it just plugs into your TV.
I think they're just going to upscale it to
Straight
widescreen and let you have
Yeah.
the
Straight
full screen
emulated
speed,
from the
yeah.
yeah, for sure. I could see that.
It's actually happening now. We talked about this before. It's actually happening now. A Pokemon live-action movie in the works.
How's that going to work?
It'll probably be like the anime like storyline, but
I'm just trying to.
I don't know.
Digitized.
Any type of like.
If it's gonna be a movie, it's gonna be too condensed. There won't be enough
Probably.
of.
doesn't mean it won't be good.
I just don't even know if the
It'll-
CGI will be good.
Well,
I've seen some
I'm
fan
sure they could
CGI
pull that off. I just think
looks
that
good,
fan
so they
CGI
can
is
even come
dedication.
close to that.
it's
Most
going to
of the things
be
that people
just like a handful of Hallmark Pokemon that you're going to primarily see. Like your
Probably.
favorites are probably not going to be involved.
I would say
They have to
Pikachu
have
would
Ghastly
have to be.
in
Is
there.
it going to be?
Oh,
you know,
Pikachu.
Pikachu? He's the most famous.
Because like what about
Pikachu's a given, yeah.
there's the 8 gyms or
Yeah.
7 or 8 gyms, and then the
So
whole
unclear what gyms
Pokemon
are.
League and everything.
Yeah, dude, there's
And then
plenty
even,
of
like, the
story
Secret
there.
Cave, what they're gonna like lightly touch up on that, like you're just gonna see him like in the secret cave, like prior to defeating Elite Four. Like it just doesn't make sense.
It feels like the Dragon Ball movie.
I feel like you're getting a little too like.
They got to be done right, man. It's like, I didn't like the Harry Potter movies.
It feels like the Dragon Ball movie all over. That's what it feels like.
Well, this one might be better. I hope it's better. Shit.
I hope it's better too. But
It's
then
not
again,
Fox.
technically, I kind of liked that Dragon Ball movie, but that's just blasphemous. I know.
I don't hate it, but it
it's
is
not
not
a
a
good
good representation.
I mean,
of
they could have
Dragon Ball.
did when the whole Kamehameha wave, when he was learning how to do that. It was airbending.
There was pretty much. There was a few things.
Kind of like it was like I'm just gonna take that over.
There
there.
was a few
Put it over
things
there.
that would have made that movie passable for
Right.
fans. They wouldn't have loved it, but it wouldn't have been hated. I think.
Right.
But that's. I mean, hopefully that's not the case with this.
I don't
This
think
is
this is made for fans. Though. I think this is made for just kids, or maybe
Probably.
even just like teenagers or whatever.
probably. A little while ago, we talked about how there was a bidding war going on between Sony, Warner Brothers, and Legendary, among others. They were all going in a bidding war trying to get the rights to Pokemon, and it seems like Legendary actually won. Legendary
Interesting.
Pictures puts out some pretty legitimate stuff.
I would say Legendary does just fine.
So that's a perk.
Yeah.
It's not Fox
It's interesting.
because they don't seem to know what to do with their fucking intellectual properties.
Go, Fox, go!
Hey, Fox is the one that did Deadpool.
That's true. They have gotten lucky.
They definitely they
They've
got something there. so.
They've slipped up more than a few times, though.
Oh yeah, like they're we know.
Yeah.
We don't have to go there.
It's not consistent, but I'm not going to deny that there is definitely some quality in the X-Men films and stuff like that. Jumping on the bandwagon of the current boom in popularity that happened due to the release of Pokemon Go, they're making a live-action movie. So are we excited for this? I mean, I'll go see it. Like, I have kids, so that gives me
I'm
more
definitely
than
gonna
enough.
go see it just as a fan. So
Yeah, it's worth taking a watch.
Yeah. I mean, especially if it's based around the storyline that, like,
We
of our
grew up
childhood,
with, yeah.
that can still connect with kids today. Like, it still is.
It'll probably for me be like watching the new Star Trek movies. Like I never watched Star Trek when I was a kid, but when I watched the new Star Trek movies, I enjoy them. So I'm just
Completely different, but I enjoy those.
Well, I would say it's the same thing though. Like it's going to be completely different than the cartoons, than the games and stuff like that. It's going to be Hollywood's take.
Yeah.
On what was there, and
Which-
I like Hollywood's take on things. I like the Harry Potter movies.
For the
I
most
like
part.
the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I mean, I would have loved to have seen Warner Brothers' take on this because, I mean, they have handled their shit well. Like, Harry Potter's good.
well, Batman, the Dark Knight, like that's a standard.
That's true. That's
Like,
for comic book movies.
in
Yeah.
since then. So like
Yeah.
obviously, yeah, it would have been interesting. But you're right, Legendary doesn't do necessarily terrible work. Either,
No.
so.
Sony's slipped up a few times, so it would have been interesting to see what they do. But I'm down for this. Like, I don't. It doesn't matter which direction that they go. Like, I'm down to see what they do and how it plays out. I mean, it's a brilliant move. Like, make a movie while the shit's hot.
Yeah, exactly.
But hopefully they don't rush it.
Hopefully it doesn't get flooded because there is that Sun and Moon games
sort
coming
of thing
out too.
should have been
so.
like.
I'm sure that'll just be
pre-planned.
fucking all waters raise all ships, dude. Like all
Well,
tides
no,
raise
what
all
I'm
ships,
saying is
whatever
that like
the
I just don't know if they're competing against themselves.
metaphor is.
These,
Yeah.
you know, these
Well,
types
that's
of-
a good point. I mean,
Tides
unless they
rise all ships. Is that what you're trying
tides rise all. I said that at the end, but yeah, it took me a minute to get there. But I mean, if this comes out later and this game is still popular, they could do like a whole like go to your theater and get exclusive Pokemon.
No, I'm
Like,
not talking about the. I'm talking about that.
No, I know, but I'm just saying like those possibilities, like
No, that would be
could
great.
feed
Like,
into
that'd be
each other.
fantastic. But like that goes back to the what we were talking about. Like how does it
The
define
business and that.
Well, I'm sure they could work something out with the
I'm sure,
company and
I'm
the
sure.
theaters. That's a little
I'm
more
sure this will
official.
probably come up rather quickly
Oh,
in
yeah.
certain aspects. I'm sure. So, like I would say, keep like maybe you Google Pokemon Go for the next few weeks, and I guarantee you're going to see
See.
something of this nature crop up.
I think that their best option, if they're going to do a live action movie, is to
I'd say do their own thing. Don't
exactly.
do
Don't
something that's
follow
already-
because you in live action you're not going to be able to hit the amount of that you're going to need. So
No
if
one's
you
gonna
just-
like who they cast as Ash.
yeah,
I like
and-
Digimon more, so I'm sorry.
Oh, dude, I like Digimon too.
But
Digimon's really
yeah,
good,
if they take their own and it's a whole new town and it's somebody else's adventure, then they can kind of do whatever they want because nobody's going to be expecting so much. They'll be able to just enjoy it.
It's true, and the
So-
imagery is what people will love from that. Like, if they're not butchering something that they already have a connection with.
Exactly. So on that, then I think, I can find a lot more enjoyment also. Because I will be one of the ones that's disappointed because they left out all of my favorite points and just, did the, what they thought.
Shia LaBeouf is Ash. Call him now.
Oh my god.
You know what, dude? Actually, I wouldn't mind that. I like Shia LaBeouf. He's
I
a
like
good
Shia
actor.
LaBeouf too. I'm
He is
not joking. I think that would be
he's
a perfect Ash.
a weird motherfucker.
Okay, who would play Brock?
I don't know. Who that is.
The
what's
Rock?
his name? No, what's his name? From Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh, Joseph.
Joseph
Oh,
Gordon-Levitt.
I know. Okay.
Oh,
Weird.
Wow.
Especially
Alright,
him
Misty.
being in Looper, I could see that. They could like digitize his face.
It's gonna be that fucking chick from Twilight.
She's getting better. She's getting more
Her hair's
recognized as
too
like,
dark.
performances, dude. So
Oh yeah,
that might not be a
Misty
bad
has,
thing.
like what?
Like
red hair?
orange hair,
Red-
like
orange, yeah.
bright orange hair.
Red hair. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can do that shit easy. They did that shit in Fifth Element.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I want her. It's
It's all about what appeals to the younger audience anymore.
Ring, 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 ring. Phone call.
Fuck
phone
it.
call.
Well,
What?
obviously people have to say yes or no.
Yeah.
I will see this shit.
who's gonna be Professor Oak?
I still don't know who that is.
Oh. What's his name?
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. No, he's retired.
So fucking
So
what?
get him out of retirement,
I like
right?
him.
He's only got to play like a few small parts, dude. He can do them from fucking home because it's all like over the Pokedex while he's in his
he
office.
couldn't remember his lines.
You want to see that one? No,
You
you
seen
don't
that
do it
picture?
anymore.
That meme, it's like, I'd give a fuck, but I'd already
Morgan
got your
Freeman's
mother
gonna end
lost
up being Professor Oak. Just because, dude.
fuck. Dude, have you seen that meme, dude? It's like a picture of Sean Connery, and he's like, I'd give a fuck, but I already gave it to your mother last night. Sean Connery. Alright, let's move on to the last thing. A new fucking Battletoads game.
Like,
May have been revealed.
Yeah, I showed you that one.
May have been revealed. Maybe there is some credibility issues with this picture.
Yeah.
But about a week ago, a pre-order listing for a new Battletoads game supposedly appeared on the Xbox Marketplace. Complete with a plot synopsis and a new logo, everything seems to point that an announcement may be right around the corner.
The logo that Phil Spencer was wearing on his T-shirt the last
It was a little updated,
No, it was seriously, it looked like the same logo.
But it could. Photoshop is pretty easy to do, man.
Well, why even wear the shirt? Like, why do that? That's specific, like very.
Well, I mean, that's when Rash was for KI, and then also Shovel Knight.
You can say that, but I'm sure there's
I want
probably,
it. I want it to mean that
Yeah,
they're working on a game.
I'm with you.
But then when that was pointed out, I was like, that's true, because it was around the same fucking time. I mean,
well, they're smart. They understand that they can have other things pointing to that direction. But
they redesigned all of the Toads. And
I
are
think
only
they're going to use
using
the
Rash.
Rash model for the Killer Instinct game. I think they can make a lot around that type of model set for a new game.
Well, they completely did a whole redesign of all the Toads, and they're only using Rash in a game. The pixelated Shovel Knight doesn't really count. So, like, why would they redesign them? I mean, I guess it shows that they're still using them in a sense, and not just letting them sit
Maybe
there.
they're going to be more characters for KI Season 4.
I mean, that'd be cool if they brought all 3 Toads to the fucking...
I don't even know if KI is going to do any more seasons after this. I feel like they're not. I feel like this is going to be the end of it.
I feel like it's kind of sliding off the radar. But there's some credibility problems with this.
Right.
The synopsis looks like it was pulled word from Wikipedia. And down where it says for Xbox, it says Xbox One, which is not what would be the listing for it. Everything
Well, if
else
it's a different
looks...
country. We don't know. Sometimes different countries have different things.
That's
for the
true, and it
product
could be a
use.
code, like a region code or
and
something
most of the
like
shit
that.
comes from like the Brazilian rating company.
So, and I don't know, I don't remember the Redditor or the person that posted it, I don't remember his name, but...
No, and actually since then, I've been mashing my Battletoads on Rare Replay like nobody's business.
I want to do a Pixel Play episode of the Battletoads arcade game.
I do too. Honestly, dude, like the game is super adult.
It's awesome.
In comparison to like the rest of the.
You're fighting rats and you grab.
Yeah, yeah. Like no, I was playing it and I did that. I was like, oh my god.
I know, dude. I remember the first time that we noticed it. Like, dude, like time slowed down and it was just like.
Right, like that just fucking happened.
And then when you grab it, he's like, ah! Like, makes all squeaky noise,
But like he gets up again, like he takes like 6 times grabbing the man's cock.
Battletoads is so badass.
No shame.
Well, you have rats shitting on, like they open up a door and show a rat shitting on a toilet.
Yeah.
Just close the door.
You beat them up and they puke.
And like come out of the door to come beat you up.
brutal.
Like, why even close the fucking door? Like, what's up with that?
Did I stay on that?
Yeah.
That's alright.
There's not a whole lot of
I
new
can
shit.
send you that
but,
article I sent him.
dude, if this is real, I am so excited, dude. If this is real, like I want a new Battletoads game.
How much do you think it would cost to have a urinal put right there?
Depends how much it
A
costs me to
lot.
get a room.
Or a bucket, I guess.
So you can just talk while like.
But you just gotta take it right out.
Well, what's the
Yeah,
point of it?
like
Talk
the
about-
faucet on
We're
the back.
gonna design our fucking
Bottles.
our like when we strike it rich, the podcast room. It's gonna be a round table with toilets. Please, I ask one thing.
Well, okay. Do you guys want a Battletoads game? Like,
Yes.
Were you?
Yeah.
See, everyone does,
Unanimous.
dude.
It is unanimous.
And I
Yes.
read a report online today of a guy being like, "Oh, it'll suck if they make a new Battletoads." Like, fuck you, dude. And he was like, "Well, we could put fucking Battletoads on their bikes and Forza and shit. I'd rather see that than a new game."
Thank you.
Like,
no, thank you.
right? Like, what the fuck? What are you on?
Like, what kind of
make a quality
citizen shit are
2D
you gonna
side-scrolling beat 'em up, not a fucking weird cash-in.
No, dude, I want a
Fucking
3D
weird shit,
like I want an intense 3D
Battletoads.
Battletoads.
It'd be really cool
like,
if maybe like
the KI
Ninja-
fighting style,
Yeah.
running through Ninja Gaiden style.
Yeah, like
you
the Ninja
know.
Gaiden 2. Maybe take that, like the idea of the overlay of that, and
Oh,
put, like
dude, and the combo
Battletoads to that.
system?
Yeah, like that
That'd
type
be
of.
sick, dude.
That'd be like really third-person type of. Behind
dude,
the back.
but it needs to have couch co-op. It needs to, and online co-op.
I'm sure
Of
it will,
course.
'cause if it's gonna be a whole new Battletoads game, I guarantee it's not gonna be a AAA. I don't think it'll be a AAA title.
It listed Rare as the developer on
I know,
that
Rare,
leak.
but Rare is I would still say
Microsoft
even
owns
now those
Rare.
games are not considered AAA titles.
No, dude. And
The only AAA title they're doing is Sea of Thieves.
the team that made Battletoads is not the team that Rare.
However, there is still a lot of the team that has been there over the years. They
I'm sure
weren't
there's still
necessarily,
people there, but
as influential members, but
It's
they're-
not quite what it was. But
Rare Replay actually does shine a light on a lot of the different things that are going on there, and I still feel real comfortable in the Rare name.
That was this week's episode of PixelCulture.
Fuck off.
big, pretty.
Do it! Just do it! Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Just do it!
The Pokemon app.